The 6 cultists throw you to the ground in front of the dragon with a bag of gold, bow to it, and say, "Oh, great one, please accept this human sacrifice and this bag of gold as a tribute to your supremeness." The dragon thanks the cultists and asks if you have any last words. He's so boned, he's not getting out of this one. I say to the dragon, "Oh, great one, I have brought you these 6 human sacrifice and this bag of gold as a tribute to your greatness." Roll persuasion? 17. Alright, the dragon says, "I like you. Duck." I duck? The dragon immediately incinerates the 6 cultists, dragging away their bodies and his gold and flying away to his lair. I'm gonna be honest, I thought I was dead there. Yeah, so did I.
You may call me Tiffany.
Tiffany, huh? That's a pretty masculine name.
Shouldn't be. It's a woman's name.
Okay, I don't know how to talk to you.
Good, then you can shut up and listen.
I want to show you a picture from last night that really upset me.
Okay, but in my defense, Rosa bet me 50 cents that I couldn't drink all that shampoo.
That's not what I wanted to. You drank shampoo?
Apparently this is less well known than I thought. In the rules as written for Dungeons & Dragons 5e, there's no critical success or failure on a natural 20 or 1 for skill checks. The only time nat 20s or 1s make a difference is in combat, nat 20 being double the damage dice and nat 1 meaning automatic miss. But there are no rules saying that if you roll a natural 1 on a skill check, that means that you automatically fail. This is why expertise exists. Even if you roll a 1, you'll still be able to succeed in situations where the skill check would be relatively low. Now, is it funny to watch someone who's very good at something fail horrifically at it? And is it amazing to watch a stupid character roll a natural 20 on an intelligence check? Abso-fucking-lutely. In fact, I've only rolled with 1 or 2 DMs who use the rules as written and don't add in a crit success or failure homebrew rule. But it is a homebrew rule, so just remember that you can use it at your discretion.
New D&D Dice Challenge. Take all of your D20s and lay them out on the table. Now show us just the dice that were gifted to you, ones you gifted to yourself, your metal dice, really big or really little dice, and your newest.
Here are some ideas for bard characters that aren't TikTok bards. You know what I mean. A poet, a rapper, a camp counselor, a therapist, a motivational speaker, a really mean teenager, a politician, a traveling oral historian, a clown. Literally a clown. Just a fucking circus clown. A theater nerd, a musicology major, a translator, a town crier, and my personal favorite, a psychologist. Just because you're playing a bard doesn't mean you have to be Askier. Go forth and be creative. You're welcome.
So, as you're walking onto the ship, you are met with a sea queen.
We want her to peg us.
Roll for it.
19.
She brings you on board to fuck. I'd like to douche first. Roll to douche.
Nat 20.
Hey nerds, it's time for Monster Manual 101 with Professor Shando. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's not make the people angry again. Let's just tuck you in there. Okay, let's go. In all of D&D, there are few creatures more feared than the terrible Tarrasque. But did you know the Tarrasque was actually based on a French myth? He can be found in the Tale of St. Martha from the Golden Legend, which is a late medieval text. Supposedly the Tarrasque was this fearsome dragon-like creature who lived in a lake. He had 6 little bear arms and a lion's head and a scorpion tail. He would capsize boats and eat people. The local king sent all of his knights out with swords and catapults and stuff to no avail. But then Saint Martha went out to meet the beast and charmed him with prayers and hymns. She brought the beast back into town and he was pacified, but all of the villagers still tried to attack and kill him. But he just sat there and took it, and died. So bards, you go seduce that Tarrasque.
So technically I can't actually break the law because I'm not actually a person. I'm 3 possums with an anxiety disorder.
I'm whiskey dipping, got my brother out in cash, feel flipped and shaking his free bro in front of.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind.
Roasting every D&D class in 60 seconds or less. Blood Hunter edition. Have you ever wanted to be special so badly you were willing to fucking die? You went into your pop punk phase about 12 years ago and haven't come out since. I mean, you've almost certainly flirted with the idea of becoming a Satanist. Not because you believe in their tenets, but just because you like the aesthetic. If you call right now, you can roll with advantage on the fucked up backstories table. Not everybody can have a backstory with dead parents, but you're not everybody. And just in case the Warlock wasn't edgy enough for you, don't worry, we've got you covered. I mean, to be completely fair, I too have a hard time deciding whether I want to fuck Geralt or whether I want to be Geralt. I guess it wasn't enough to just have a werewolf race option. And if you're trying to tell me that it's not a furry thing, I don't believe you. Guaranteed to expire in 26 sessions or less. Thank you.
My heart went. Yo, you wanna see some real speed, bitch?
So I did kind of a mean thing to my party as the dungeon master, but I'm really proud of it. So I'm running a campaign for a group of 8 people, and in their first session when they were level 1, I gave 2 of them +1 weapons. Now normally I would not give level 1 characters +1 weapons because that just unbalances the game, but I made it a little bit more tricky than that. Now these 2 weapons was the Sword of Vengeance and the Berserker Axe, and if you don't know what they do, basically if you get hit while wielding the Sword of Vengeance, you have to fight whatever hits you to the death, and if you get hit while wielding the Berserker Axe, you have to make a wisdom save, and if you fail it, then you have to swing at literally anything that you can swing at. So now, all I need to do is hit the guy with the Berserker Axe, and then he hits the guy with the Sword of Vengeance, and the 2 of them have to fight to the death, and I am so looking forward to it. I'm a mean dungeon master, and I do not apologize.
Roasting every D&D class in 60 seconds or less. Druid edition. Now y'all know I don't like to cling too hard to stereotypes, but seriously, why are you all such fucking potheads? You for sure have an Etsy shop. Where else can you wear a fursuit and not get judged by people who think that their hobbies are more valid than yours? That being said, horse girl. Came for the cute animals, stayed to become a god. Be honest, how many succulents have you killed in the past year? I too wish to live in a reality where I can talk to my dog. Second only to Cleric in being deceptively nice. Voted most comfortable with being naked outside. Thank you.
After crawling through the stone caverns and the pit of endless despair, you guys finally arrive at the Black Dragon's lair. I seduced the— I know. I'm allowed to seduce the— Wait, what do you mean you know? I came prepared. How did you know? As you look around, you realize this isn't your ordinary dragon's lair. Why isn't it ordinary? What does it look like? The dragon's hoard is not gold, jewels, or weapons. It's leather. Why would it be hoarding leather? Still want to seduce the dragon? Yes, I must. My pride is on the line. Roll d20. It's a 20. I know. The rest of the party is kicked out and you're left alone with the dragon. What happened? Rule conquer. Constitution. Why are you doing this? This is for seducing the big bad evil guy you thought!
Guess what I'm thinking now?
Well, are you thinking about me?
Ah, gotcha. I'm not thinking about anything. My mind is a complete void. Good try, though.
Hey. Now that I have your attention, I have a question for you.
What is it?
You play Bard, correct?
Yeah, his name is Sergeant Peppernicus.
Great, and you see a dragon, what do?
What?
You see a dragon, what do you do?
For the most part, I just sit back and heal.
You promise not to seduce the dragon?
Why would I seduce the dragon?
Wait, you're not horny?
What kind of a session 0 is this?
My apologies. Here.
What was that about?
Sorry, I've had to throw out a few too many bards for getting a little frisky with the dragons. Why would you get frisky with a dragon? The anatomy doesn't even line up. I know, right? By all accounts, it doesn't make any sense. And besides, everyone knows that dragons are not good in bed. Get out. No, please, I need this.
Be gone!
There is one rule in D&D, okay? One. It is do not piss off your DM. You know who's the DM of this current campaign that I'm in? Me. And guess what my players did? They pissed me off. So, they were supposed to have one more battle before they fought the dragon, and then ended the campaign. That's not happening anymore. They're just going straight to the dragon now, and I'm not even going to give them the young white dragon that they're supposed to be fighting, because they already proved to me that they're already big and powerful enough to fight that. So you know what? We're pulling out the high stakes. We're pulling out the big guns. We're playing with the ancient white dragon. I'm not lowering any of its hit points or AC, and they're going to all die, and I am okay with that. Maybe I'm a psychopath. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just a pissed off DM. But you know what? You don't piss off your DM in D&D. And you know what? He's gonna die.
I hope this campaign never ends with the stakes higher than a 10. Our DM started and cramming the roleplay's really fun. It's my turn in initiative and all the time because
You just lost a lot of progress.
Oh no, this is worse than I thought.
I know it is! No! I will break you into pieces.
Tears in my eyes!
I just saw a tweet where somebody said that fighters were boring. Listen, I cannot believe that I have to say this on the internet, but fighters are fucking great, okay? Just because we only have one thing that we're really, really good at doesn't mean that we're a bad class. And I get it. Some of you big brain folks want to be able to use spells or whatever to do cool shit, and you want to have all this space to make crazy ass decisions. But some of us are anxious, and we don't want to have a lot of choices. We just want to be good at one thing. Let us have our one thing. Stupid people play D&D too. Leave us alone.
Even more things in the player's handbook that just don't make sense. Hey nerds, this is part 2 out of my top 3 Munchkin build exploits that you have sent me. Watch all 3 videos, and the one that gets the most engagement, well, that person is gonna win my player's handbook. This one comes from Dragon Fart Rider. It involves using Dust of Dryness. How it works is you sprinkle it over some water and it'll turn a 15 by 15 foot cube of water into like a little pellet. A pouch of it has 1d6 plus 4 pinches. Dragon Fart Rider suggests that you like slam dunk a handful of these down an enemy's throat. Then either like punch him in the face, or if he swallows them, punch him in the stomach. Then at a bare minimum, you're gonna have 60 cubic feet of water just explode inside of them. You gotta stay hydrated.
Ha ha! Another D&D campaign, and you'll never guess who the big bad is! Is it capitalism? What? No. It's capitalism, isn't it? No, of course not. That's what the last 3 campaigns have... Stop looking at me like that. It's not... Fuck.
Excuse me?
Who gave you permission to lay your hands on my son?
What?
You heard me.
I didn't touch your son.
Oh, really? Well, then how did he get that swollen lip then?
He doesn't have a swollen lip.
I want it. Name, please, now.
You're crazy. You got no idea. Peace on Earth. That's so sweet.
This is absolute madness. Madness? There's no madness. The party so far has killed no one. We like solving things with the power of friendship. Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. You haven't killed no one, you've killed nothing! Everything deserves a chance at life. That's not the point. You guys just can't keep friendship is magicking your way through this campaign. Is that a challenge? No, that's not a challenge. That's a goddamn order. DM, you may have tried to control us by making everything hostile, but you have no idea how stupid we are. Friendship really is magic, isn't it, DM? You underestimate my power. There's no one we can't befriend at this point. What about your father? No! Should have made your backstory less edgy, boy!
I'm taking a nap!
You wanna take a nap?
I'm taking a nap here.
Okay, take a nap right there then. Good night.
Good night.
You just lost a lot of progress.
Oh no, this is worse than I thought.
I know it is! No! I will break you into pieces.
Tears in my eyes.
Hey guys, Ramos again with Dungeons & Dragons Dragon Master Guide Volume 2 hardcover. Not as good as Volume 1, but a solid 7 out of 10.
Hey, the man I know. So you're a tough guy, like a really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just a way so buff guy. I'm the bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend bad type, might seduce your dad type.
And what would you like for Christmas, little boy?
I want a dragon.
Let's pick something a little more realistic, shall we? Okay, I want my D&D group to meet weekly, on time, every week. What color do you want your dragon?
Here are the 3 things you need to run a great D&D campaign.
An online shopping addiction that applies specifically to D&D dice, an employee discount at a bookstore,
and just enough mental fortitude to withstand the stress of making your best friends in the entire world weep on a weekly basis. Maybe I should scale down my encounters.
Even more things in the player's handbook that just don't make sense. Hey nerds, it's my 3rd video and my final 3 Munchkin build exploits that you've sent me. Go watch all 3 videos, and the one that gets the most engagement, well, that person gets my player's handbook. Our final contestant is Spuddy Pud. He wants us to find Waldo. You want 2 levels of rogue so you can get cunning action, and then you can make stealth your expertise. Then you want at least 10 levels of ranger. You get the spell Pass Without a Trace, which gives you a +10 to your stealth. And then at level 10 you get Hide in Plain Sight, which gives you a +10 to your stealth as long as you're not moving. Shoot your bow at an enemy, bonus action hide. That's +5 for dexterity, +12 for expertise, +10 for hide in plain sight. If you want to be harder to find than an actual invisible person, then cast Pass Without a Trace, and that's another +10. 37 stealth!
She gonna teach me how to swim.
No, looking pretty good. Time to make a cut. Oh. Oh, all right. Oh. Yeah. No. Oh, come on.
Hit the strip out of school, couldn't wait till I got out of class. Used to stare at the clock and shit. Before all this rap shit, I was gang banging and doing half beats on the cops and shit. And I'm straight from the shop, but I ball like a king up in Cali and shoot like Stojakovic. Keep applying that pressure, I go on the run. It ain't no letting up, ain't no stopping this.
This Mother's Day, remember to pour one out for all the fantasy parents who have lost their lives in service of our characters' tragic backstories. Appreciate you, bitch.
us in the palace. There's a room waiting for you. Come on, come on, just let us adore you.
Grease monkey. Yeah. Alrighty then.
I thought my heart had learned its lesson. It feels so good when you start out. My head is screaming, get a grip, girl. Unless you're dying to cry.
Being a dungeon master is just about the weirdest thing, because I have never had a hobby before in my life that required me to spend like a couple hours a day reading, writing, prepping, scheming, and generally just doing more detail-oriented work than I did for most of my academic career, all with the specific hope and intent of making at least one of my closest friends cry tonight.
I'm not gonna do it. So you don't want to seduce the dragon? No, I want to seduce the dragon, I'm just not gonna roleplay it. Oh, no, we're far too late for that. I don't see what the problem is. You're right, you don't see the problem. You've seduced literally everything in your path, and now when I ask you to roleplay it, you chicken out. These are my friends! They're my friends too. But I'm not afraid to get dirty. What about my dignity? You lost that a long time ago, boy!
So I did kind of a mean thing to my party as the dungeon master, but I'm really proud of it. So I'm running a campaign for a group of 8 people, and in their first session when they were level 1, I gave 2 of them +1 weapons. Now normally I would not give level 1 characters +1 weapons because that just unbalances the game, but I made it a little bit more tricky than that. Now these 2 weapons was the Sword of Vengeance and the Berserker Axe, and if you don't know what they do, basically if you get hit while wielding the Sword of Vengeance, you have to fight whatever hits you to the death, and if you get hit while wielding the Berserker Axe, you have to make a wisdom save, and if you fail it, then you have to swing at literally anything that you can swing at. So now, all I need to do is hit the guy with the Berserker Axe, and then he hits the guy with the Sword of Vengeance, and the 2 of them have to fight to the death, and I am so looking forward to it. I'm a mean dungeon master, and I do not apologize.